We know that in garden pea plant, gene T governs stem height, gene R determines seed shape, but there is another gene B in the pea seeds which governs more than one characters. Gene B determines how efficiently starch is synthesized. It also determines the starch grain size and its shape. So in some cases, a single gene product may produce more than one effect, and this phenomenon is called pleiotropy. In pea seeds with capital BB genotype, starch is synthesized effectively, has larger grain size and round seed shape. And in pea seeds with small BB genotype, there is lesser efficiency in starch synthesis. Starch grains are smaller in size and wrinkled in shape. Pea seeds with heterozygous condition, that is capital B small b genotype, have intermediately sized grains that are round in shape. Another example of pleiotropy is a human disease, phenylketonuria. This disease is due to a mutated gene in the person that codes for an undesirable enzyme, phenylalanine hydroxylase. This enzyme not only results in mental retardation but also results in reduction in hair and skin pigmentation. One more example of pleiotropy is white eye mutation in a fruit fly Drosophila, which normally has red eye color. White eye mutation also causes depigmentation in many other parts of the body also. So from all these examples, we also learn that a gene may have multiple effects also. It's not always necessary that a single gene will control single character. In some cases, a gene may control more than one characters also. If we study the inheritance of human skin color, we find that human skin color does not have contrasting traits or the opposite traits. In fact, there are many small variations in the skin tone ranging from fairer skin to very dark skin. It is interesting to note that human skin color is not governed by a single gene, but is governed by three genes A, B and C. All the three genes together result in the human skin color. Genes and their alleles are shown. When a character is controlled by more than one genes, then it is called polygenic trait. Many genes contributing to a single effect. The inheritance of such characters is called polygenic inheritance or quantitative inheritance or multiple factor inheritance. Other examples of polygenic traits are plant height, crop yield, intelligence, eye color, height and weight in human beings, milk yield in animals. Polygenic traits are influenced by environment also. For example, although a person has inherited skin color from its parents, but skin color is affected by amount of exposure of person to sun also. Similarly, height also depends upon person's nutrition. Assume that three dominant genes capital A, B and C control dark pigmentation because more melanin is produced. The recessive alleles of these three genes, that is small a, B and C, control light pigmentation because lower amounts of melanin are produced. More the number of dominant genes in a person, the darker will be its skin color. So a person with genotype capital AA, capital BB and capital CC has maximum amount of melanin and very dark skin. More the number of recessive genes in a person, the lighter will be its skin color. So a person with genotype small aa, small bb, small cc has lowest amount of melanin and very light skin. A person with three dominant genes and three recessive alleles, that is capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c, has a medium amount of melanin and an intermediate skin color, and such persons are called mulatto. So a brief summary of human skin color. A person with all the 6 dominant alleles will have maximum amount of melanin in the skin, and the color of the skin will be very dark. A person with all the 6 recessive alleles will have lowest amount of melanin and the skin color will be very light. A person with heterozygous genotype for all the 3 alleles will have medium amount of melanin and the skin color will be intermediate, that is mulatto. Let us discuss the polygenic trait by studying the inheritance of human skin color. In this cross, there is a mating between very light skinned person with the very dark skinned person. And then the intermediate skin colored individuals, that is mulatto, are obtained in F1 generation. You can see here 3 of the alleles are dominant and 3 recessive. In the following cross between mulatto genotypes, each parent produces 8 different types of gametes. These are the male gametes, sperm shown, and these are the 8 different types of female gametes, that is eggs shown. That's why 8 columns and 8 rows taken in the Punnett square. Rows and columns of the Punnett square may vary depending upon the number of male gametes and number of female gametes. So here 8 male and 8 female gametes are produced. So 8 rows and 8 columns taken in the Punnett square. These gametes may combine with each other in 64 different ways, resulting in a total of 7 skin colors. These are the tones of the human skin color obtained. These are obtained in the ratio of 1:6:15:20:15:6:1. This offspring will have 0 dominant genes, that is no dominant genes, so fairer skin offspring obtained, and this offspring will have all the 6 alleles dominant, so dark skin tone obtained. If the relative frequency of F2 progeny is plotted against the extent of skin pigmentation, a typical inverted bell-shaped curve is obtained. It is generally believed that during evolution there was duplication of chromosome or chromosome parts, thereby leading to multiple copies of the same gene. Other examples of polygenic inheritance that can be studied are kernel color in wheat varying from red to white and various lengths of cobs in maize. Now a quick review. Initially we discussed that a single gene controls a single character. Then we also learned that in some cases a single gene can control multiple characters also. It can have multiple effects also, as in pea seeds. It is also possible that many genes may control a single character, as in human skin color.